Hello there, it's me again. I'm making this video for Yamaha Support. I'm finding other bugs in the instrument, and I do hope they look into it because these bugs are quite annoying, to be honest with you. I mean, as much as I love the instrument, I'm a little confused on how the save/load file system works on the instrument. It is honestly driving me crazy. I wish I had a better well, I'm trying to understand it. You know, it's not something, it's not rocket science, you know. Anyway, let's just get into it and then just take it from there. So I'm recording everything here, and hopefully on the screen you should be able to see it on the other screen. Right, let's get into it. So if you remember last time we made a song called Something on the video, right? If I want to copy that something song into another song so I can demonstrate to the support team there's something wrong with the instrument or something wrong with the song or whatever it is, I want to copy it so that I edit the copy and not ruin the existing song. So for the argument's sake in here, I'm clicking on something and I click edit and I then say copy there, copy. And then I've decided to put it on there, on that slot. So now, you know, fair enough, we have something in here and something in there. Yeah? So we have two different live sets. And to distinguish this one, I'm going to click something in here. Click on performance. Change the performance name, edit, into, call it support. Okay, and then save it, store, yeah. Okay, so now we change the performance name into the word support. If I go into live set again, this is what's happening. First bug, why you changing the support on both files, on both items, the original and the new. So this is the first bug. I don't expect, I mean, if I rename something, I don't want it to rename both parts. I just want to rename one item. So, nevertheless, let's just assume this didn't do that. So, moving on, if I click on that support and then edit, and I just decided to click on the performance in here, and then click on, yeah, let's just call it, so I go back into my one on this support, and then click on this one. You see, this is the other problem. If I look into both performances, the second one I copied, if I click on performance, it's got this support slot in here selected, yeah, which is okay. But if I go to the original song, click on performance, it's got also that support thing selected, and it's not. It shouldn't be. Right, it should be the original song. So that's the first bug. Or yeah, this is, I don't understand the logic behind it. Why, if I'm copying something to edit it on the news thing, and it shouldn't really affect the original source, because I want to keep that. I don't want to touch it, because that's the whole purpose of copying. You copy something, you edit it, and you keep the original song. So that's one thing. Now, if I go into my support song, let's just rename this back. So if I click on Home Performance, and let's just go to Play/Edit, and I got this one over here. So if I go into Live Set again, now, if I go into my support song, let's just rename this back. So if I click on Home Performance, and let's just go to Play/Edit, and I got this one over here. So if I go into live set again, I'm going to go to this support and I'm going to change something else. So I've got to edit, and the pattern name I decide to say, let's just say, for example, I'm going to select new pattern 12, right? Which is okay. So I've got one support is using new pattern 12, and this support I want to rename it back. Click on the home bit, go into here, and then edit, change that to my original song. Let's just call it original. Okay, and then go back to live set. Didn't change the name, right? Okay, fine, no problems. Going back into the home button, so I'm an original. If I save it, store, yeah. So if I go to live set, original, but it changed both again. Why? So notice the original one is changed on both entries, but one it says 7, one it says 12. So going into number 7 here and edit, home, and then play, and edit, fine. And if I go back into live set to use a different that should be performance, and that should also be performance. Yeah, okay. Slot name, copy, slot name, original. Okay, so original and copy, and this one we'll call it, well, let's just go back into this one. So if I go back to my original song and change the performance back into something in here, like that, and then OK, and if I click done, so back into performance, and there, this is the other problem. Here we go. So that's what I wanted to show you. Right, so on something I have my performance original restored to the original one. So if I click on here and then click home, notice if I try to play it, right, it's got something pat, which is the one I actually originally have. But if you look at the tracks, let's just go back to track number 1. If you look at the tracks from 1 to 8, there's only one track there. And notice on the pattern name, I've got number 7 something pat. So if I just go up to number 6 and then back to number 7, now the track's coming back again. Is it right? So if I play here, right? I'll show it to you one more time. So I go back to the live set. Notice, I'm just going to confuse this name. I'm going to change it to, let's just call it support instead. So this one, it should be, yeah, that's fine. Edit, performance, job, rename to support. There, that's it, good. So done, live set, home, live set, yeah, there we go. So we got something and then support. So something, original, and then support, copy. And you think, fine. So if I try to play that one, so something, you know, support is on something. If I go into live set again, click the original song, and this is the problem. If I click on the original song and go into my home and then click play and try to play it, it's not the same original. Yeah. And notice again, the tracks, if I go into track number 1, it's got 1 to 8, only one, track 1 has got something. And if you notice pattern name 7, which is something pat, and then something in there, if I go up another pattern, 6, and then down, now notice the tracks, now you got 3 tracks coming up. And now if I click play, right, you think, okay, fine, so now I restored it, let's save it. But the problem is what you're looking at on the screen again. Look at the performance name, instead support, and it doesn't say original or something, yeah? So if I click on the store and try to overwrite it, rather than saying something will be overwritten, it says support will be overwritten. So I click, okay, fine, overwrite it. Let's do the process again. So go back to live set, go into something, right? Go into home. Now we are definitely on something, but the tracks are not the same. So to restore the tracks, so if I click play, right? It's not the same. If I try to restore it and fix it, and if I go into up and down, and it's gone back into support. So change my home, change that to support again. So there is absolutely no way I'm looking at this. I cannot tell that something to be fixed into the original pattern number 7. It just brought another pattern number 7 from somewhere. I have no idea what that 7 is. It's just annoying. You know, I don't understand why is it doing it. You know what? It's a bug. Definitely, it's a bug. So that's one thing. On the other side, you know, trying to save something. So this is bug number 3. So if I click on something, and let's just go to support song and edit the support, just the easier home. So now we're on support. Click this. Yeah. Nice, right? Now you're on something pat, yeah? And the other problem is, we're on pattern number 7. So if I click record, right? Notice on the pattern name, it changed to new pattern number 17. And that's not the right pattern. So if I click play, yeah, it's not the same one. The original pattern is something pat, so which is this one. Where is it? Yeah, this one. It's number 7, not 17. I'll repeat this again. I'll do live set, support, go into home, check the scene. It's number 7, and if I play it, plays it nicely. If I go back to home, click record, and now change to number 18. It's not right. I mean, why are you changing the pattern? You know, you should just stick to the existing pattern. There's no point. So that's the third bug, right? Which is not right. So bug number 4. And here is the interesting problem. So if I go to scene, play record, sorry, and I play. Now we're on scene 2. Scene 2 has 18 length, okay? And if I go, for example, to, just to make it quick, so from 17, play. It's gonna go to 18 and then back to 1. Right, so it's the natural thing to do. This is all good so far, but if I try to extend the length and make it to 22, right? And go back to 17 again. What the instrument will do is kind of mimic what's on track 1 to move it to track, 17, 18, 19, 18, 19, 20, and 22, which is correct, fine, nice. Let's just play it. See that? 19 is carrying on, adding something, and when it gets to 22, it repeats back to 1. Fine. You think, okay, good. Here is a bug. If I click on edit job and go to event, so song event and then an event, and I want to erase the one I added. So when I extended the track, I want that track, the one I extended, to be blank. I don't want to have anything inside. I want to have it repeated with the stuff on number 1. I just want it blank so I can put something on it. So I couldn't find anything to say I want these blank, so I go to erase event. Erase event, I'd expect to say track all tracks on the scene, scene 2. So measure from 19 to 22, which is we have here, measure from here to there, and all means everything, which includes notes, which is the one you play, polyphonic, C, CC. An RPM, whatever, the whole thing. So all in English means everything, all the above. So if I click erase event, I'd expect from 19 to 22 to be deleted, and I have a blank for pattern. And if I play now, if I'm gonna go back into 17 again, remember 19 should be blank. So if I go to 16, 19 should be blank. There, it's not blank. It still have something. And I can't blank that out. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to make it blank. And that's quite annoying because it's not working. So saving and loading is not, you know, is not really intuitive. It's this I don't know the logic behind this thing. I just can't understand that logic. You know, what's the point? So this one is definitely a bug. Let's go back into another bug number 5. Let's assume that you have a live set. Let's go back into support, click something else, and I'm just going to the home again. And let's assume that you are editing something. So if I click play, yeah, I don't know why it changed it like this. Live set, something, support. Yeah, it changed. Who set it to number 16? I didn't. I honestly did not. You saw me. So if I go back into number 7, and then, yeah, so it should be 7. It went to 16, so if I'm actually trying to play live and I see that jump to 16 or whatever it is, I'll freak out because it's just not my song. So this is where my song is. So that's bug number 5 or 4, I think it's 5. The other bug, and this one is quite annoying actually. How do I show this one? Right, okay. So if I am trying to edit something, and you know, in real life, when you edit something and you don't save it, you would expect when you turn the unit on and off that the thing is kind of gone and your changes are still, you know, from last time you saved them there. And that's the problem with this one. So let's assume that I want to, you know, on this something part, I've got this here, and I want to edit this track. So for example, play this. And let's just go to the tracks that's got data in them. So let's just go here. So for example, yeah, we're looking at this drum track. Let's go into, yeah, let's assume we go into this track over here. So if I click record, yep, and then start. I'm intentionally putting some rubbish in there. Right? That's it. If I repeat that, is a mess, right? I think, okay, I'm not going to save it. You know, just going to select something else. So I'm going to go to this one, and then, but if I go back into this one, right? Look, it's now changed to number 14, and it should be number 6. No, sorry, number 7. But look at number 7. It's messed up. Yeah, I don't get that one. I have absolutely no idea why it does that. So, I did not, you saw me, I did not save the thing. I did not save store the thing or save it or do anything with it. I just played something, changed it, thinking, you know, I will come back to it, and, you know, I did not save it so I can load it again and then carry on. So you think, okay, fine, you click load, or click edit in here, and you click load button, and you click the something pattern here, and then you play again, and it's the same mess. And I don't know the logic behind this. I mean, it's like the engineering for the file saving and loading is just done in reverse. Things I did not want to click store and save, they just got saved. And things I do want to save, they're not saving. It is just, frankly, a little annoying from that side of the instrument. Apart from that, it's a really, really good instrument. You know, I absolutely love it. it's just the saving and loading of the file is just illogical, completely illogical. You know, something needs to be done about it. It's hopefully, you know, you guys can have a look and then get back to me. So, you know, I do hope this thing highlight the problem, because saving and loading is, frankly, is an absolute mess. I read the manual. I did go through all the procedures and steps and everything, but I'm not doing anything wrong. It's just things, for example, when I go into LiveSet and click something, it changes the pattern to something else, and it's not right. When I want to copy from something to something else, I don't expect the original to be messed up. I'd expect the copy to be messed up so I can delete it later. But it's actually doing it on both, which is a really, really bad, annoying problem. Defeats the purpose of the word copying. I mean, what's the point of having a copy? Patterns, as I showed you now, extending the pattern, it will fill it up with stuff from the, you know, the original initial tracks, and there's no way I can actually blank that up to write my own thing to extend when I want it to extend. So it's not possible. I mean, there is a workaround by splitting the track, and then, but it's a convoluted problem. It's not the thing original done. Well, it's not the right way to do it. Anyway, yeah. Also, to mention, and since we are talking to support, hopefully, enhancement request. Maybe if we could have, you know, we have these scenes. If we could have one of the scene buttons, that when you click it, like for example number 8, you have an option to say, after this scene, stop the loop, and then cut it off. So something like that, you know, if possible. This basically means if I wanted to do number 8 or number 4, I can say yes, this will end the song. So it's like an ending scene kind of thing. If that's possible, then that'd be great. What else? Yeah, I mean, that's all I can think of. But I mean, these file saving and loading is an absolute killer. It's all software. You know, software control. They can all be done and fixed via software. It's just an interface, and I'm pretty sure, you know, it's not a big deal for Yamaha Support to come back with a solution, or maybe I'm missing something. I don't know. But as I've shown you now, you can try on your instrument if you have one. The loading and saving is, for me, it's been an absolute nightmare, because I'm trying to experiment something on my song, and the whole track is lost and it's gone, and there's no way I can get it back. So what I'm doing now, as a lengthy process, I have to back up every single thing I do on a USB stick, and then restore the whole instrument later on if something goes wrong, which it works, but it's not ideal. Anyway, I hope this makes sense, and you know, if you can get back to us, let us know what you think, that'd be great. Have a nice day. Thank you very much.